So, the Nintendo Switch is entering its eighth and last year in its life, which is so insane to think about. It feels like just yesterday we were talking about the Nintendo Switch and it was the new hot console on the market. And now it's just setting off into the sunset with the Nintendo Switch 2 right on our doorstep. This year, 2025, is the year of the Switch 2, and I cannot be even more excited for it. So many new games, so many new opportunities, maybe new Switch Online, such as like the GameCube, or hell, maybe even the Wii. I am just so pumped for this year for Nintendo, and I really hope they don't fuck it up like they have with previous years, especially in recent years with their laziness and their pretty mediocre games they've been putting out every here and there, such as the most recent one, Mario and Luigi Brothers Ship, which I didn't play, but I know a lot of people who were underwhelmed with it. However, let's talk about the good side of Nintendo. So, I've played many Nintendo Switch games over the years, and I gotta say, none beats Fire Emblem Three Houses. No game has come anywhere near touching my heart as much as Three Houses did, at least on the Switch. And it's kind of crazy to think about because before this, I never played a Fire Emblem game. I never wanted to play a Fire Emblem game. I didn't have much interest in Fire Emblem. And I wasn't the biggest RPG guy either. I had only really been a fan of Final Fantasy and Pokemon. Even though those are two of my favorite franchises, still, not really too much interest in RPGs, especially after trying Octopath Traveler and not being super into it. So, after trying this out during COVID, after Byleth got announced for Smash, I gotta say, I was not disappointed at all. And here I'm going to talk about why Fire Emblem Three Houses is my favorite Nintendo Switch. So to give more context, I had actually never played a Fire Emblem game before and never had much interest in one, never wanted to play one. What really kind of piqued my interest is, one, it was during COVID. I had so much more times on my hand to play video games, and I decided, hey, what the hell? I'll play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Byleth just got into Smash, which kind of confused me at the time because when Byleth did get announced for Smash, I was like, who the fuck is Byleth? But after doing some digging, I found out, one, Three Houses is a very popular game on the Switch, especially for a Fire Emblem game. It's the best-selling Fire Emblem game. I think it's still the best-selling Fire Emblem game. Two, I watched Alfred's video on it, and he heavily pushed for people to play this game. He said it was amazing. It looked like fun, so I decided, what the hell? Dropped $60 on Amazon, got the game, and I was immediately hooked. From the first cutscene, from the first battle, from the first everything, from picking Black Eagle's house. Everything immediately had me hooked on the game. I gotta say, something was just different about it, because other RPGs I had played hadn't usually hooked me unless it was like Final Fantasy or Pokemon. And man, it was just an incredible experience, just right from the get-go, all the way to the end. And I'm going to talk about it. First things first is the battle system. So RPGs typically follow the same kind of battle system, at least to a point. It's turn-based. So Final Fantasy and Pokemon are a little different. Pokemon, unless it's like a 2v2, usually it's a 1v1 where your Pokemon goes, and then the other Pokemon goes, or if you use an item that takes up your turn, yada yada yada. Or for Final Fantasy, you have maybe usually 3 party members, and therefore you can, those 3 go, and then your other enemy goes, or some Final Fantasy, like, you have to wait a certain time for a character to go. It's, usually follows the same format. With Fire Emblem, it's still turn-based, but you have 8 party members, and it was 8 or 10, I can't remember exactly, and you have to all, go on the same turn. You can heal up in that time, you can just wait it out, you can attack. What makes it different is that, you have square tiles, and you get to move around as much as you want. It's just so different from other types of games, and that's what I love about it. And it's really interesting. So, to give even more context on it, I had not really played any game like this. The closest was maybe like Octopath Traveler, and I hadn't really got into it, so I stopped playing. But I just don't know what it was, but I was hooked immediately. And I gotta say, outside of the battle system, the overworld was one of the best overworlds I'd ever played. The Garrick Monastery is incredible to explore. With the hub world, I feel like I was always exploring something new. Something always felt new to me. Whether it was going fishing, trying to catch more fish, which is just fun in itself. I mean, I don't know how the fuck they made fishing fun in this game, but man, is it a blast. From gardening to learning more about like crafts, or exploring just the hub world in general, meeting new characters, having fun with your students, eating dinner with your students. I don't know, teaching classes even fun. Which I fucking hate school, but they made me love school in this fucking game. That's crazy. Everything about it is just so much fun to explore. I can play through the whole game like 20 different times and still find new shit in the game. Or I don't even care. We're playing the same shit over and over. Just feels fun in the game. And my 2 walkthroughs of the game, I feel like I haven't even explored the whole thing. I don't feel like I even touched every base with it. And I have 60 hours in the fucking game, and I don't even know if I touched everything. So overall, one of the best hub worlds ever. Just incredible. I mean, everything felt alive about it. All the characters felt different. And speaking of the characters, like I said, every character is different. They have their own personalities. They have their own unique traits. They all come from different backgrounds of life. You'll learn about them. You get close to them, you find more about their personal interest, their story. Someone like Dorothea, who I love in this game because she's, the underdog in this game, kind of. Everyone's like a rich, noble knight, whatever the fuck, and she's a poor person. She's a minnow among sharks, basically. She's so different, yet she keeps her strides up. You have someone like Dimitri, who has just simply one of the best character arcs I've ever seen in a video game. The way he goes fucking nuts to butts crazy when he finds out that Edelgard's the Flame Emperor is insane. I mean, that scene alone made me want to play Blue Lion's House. I can't even lie. So, overall, crazy. Love it. Love Three Houses. Love the characters. I mean, Dimitri, Edelgard too, had such an incredible story with her being the Flame Emperor. Her reasonings make sense, though. Up to you if they think it's a little evil. And speaking of evil, you choose who's the villain in this game, which is just insane. I mean, that's such an interesting twist. You choose the side, you choose who you think's bad, you choose who you want to defeat, who you want to go up against, and who you want to side with, which is just so different for a game because usually you have one set story. There are games with multiple endings, but all of them have the same bad guy, all of them have the same villain. This game, no. They flip it on its head. You choose the villain, and you choose the heroes, which is super interesting. So in my 2 playthroughs of the game, I did the first time I played, I had the Black Eagle's house, and I went with the church. I sided over Edelgard, which I definitely regret. I think the church is way more evil than fucking Edelgard is, even though Edelgard's definitely not innocent either. But the second ending I did was the Blue Lion ending, where Dimitri kills Edelgard, which is just so satisfying to watch. The fact that Edelgard put Dimitri through so much, and we finally get to see him get his revenge. It's just so satisfying to see, because yes, the church is fucking evil, but I mean, Edelgard ain't no saint. And Dimitri is the hero we all need, putting her in her place, killing her. And it's just a beautiful, sad, emotional scene where Dimitri tries to help Edelgard. We can work together on this. And Edelgard says, fuck that. And Dimitri kills her instead. I mean, that story is just so crazy, so amazing. And again, I want to touch on the fact that you choose. I mean, if you think Edelgard's in the right, you can go against the church. You can go against everyone else, and your Black Eagle house will come with you, which is really cool, because you don't lose all your fucking troops. And you go against the Church of Ceros, the final boss is Rhea, she turns into the fucking dragon. Or you can, side with the church, which is what I did the first time, and you go against Edelgard, you lose Hubert and Edelgard, Byleth kills Edelgard. And overall, I mean, the fact that you just choose your villain is really fucking cool. It reflects what you think of the story. It reflects what you think. There's so many emotional scenes in this game. I think the most emotional is Byleth's dad's death, which really sets in stone that no one is safe in this game, and really sets the track for Byleth to become the hero she becomes. I mean, her father's death just sends a shockwave, and what's really crazy is the fact that we see Byleth rewind on time. We see her try to save her dad, and she gets fucking denied. Absolutely fucked. And it's just so sad to see. Especially because Gerald's a really good character. He's a hero. And for him to die just like that really sets in stone that Byleth is going to go through a lot of shit in this game, and this game is fucking serious. It's not for kids, man. I don't think this game's a family-friendly game at all. It's just so cool to see Nintendo go in a different direction, because Nintendo's all for fucking family fun. Their mascot's Mario, but overall, this game is pretty gory, pretty graphic. There's not much blood, but it's so emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I cannot deny that this is a great character. And even being for a silent character, Byleth is one of the best protagonists I've ever seen in a game, even for being fucking silent. Right up there with Joker from Persona 5, who is also a silent little boy, but, he gets the job done as well. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It's a short little video talking about Three Houses and how much I love it. If you haven't played it, what are you doing? Go play it. It's fucking great. So thanks for watching. Hope everyone else is excited for the Switch 2 as I am. We'll get a new Fire Emblem game, hopefully, very soon. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you like what you watch. Have a good one, guys.